Prime factorization. Let's start with our pre-ideas of factors. Factors of a number divides the number leaving no remainder. So when we divide a number by its factor, we get the remainder as 0. That means it exactly divides. So factors are the exact divisors of a number. Prime numbers, a number which has exactly two factors. Every prime number has only two factors, that is 1 and the number itself. So the prime numbers we have are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17 and 19. These are the prime numbers less than 20. Like that, we have uncountable prime numbers. So let's begin with factorization. Now factorization means writing a number as a product of its factors. If we can write a number as a product means as a multiplication of the factors. Let's take an example. Let's take a number 6. So the factors of 6 are 1, 2, 3 and 6. That means we can divide 6 by 1, 2, 3 and 6. We will get the remainder as 0. So here we can write the number 6 as 1 into 6 or 6 into 1, 3 into 2 or 2 into 3. So these we can see here, we can write 6 as the product of its factors. So 1, 2, 3 and 6. We can write it as a product of the factors. So it's like we can arrange the 6 apples in these 4 ways. Like in one line we can keep all the 6 apples, or in 3 lines 2 apples, or in 2 lines 3 apples, or in 6 lines 1 apples. So this is called as the factorization of numbers. Now let's start with prime factorization. As the figure says, it's a prime factorization. So writing a number as a product of its prime factors. If you can write a number as a product of its prime factors. So let's see the same example. Already we have factorized 6, but here as we're talking of prime factors, we will take only prime numbers. You can see here I've just taken out 1 and 6 because 1 and 6 are not prime numbers, so they cannot be prime factors. So we will consider only the prime factors. So prime factors means the factors which are prime numbers. So 2 and 3. So 2 and 3 are the prime factors of 6. So 6 can be written as 3 into 2 or 2 into 3. That means we have to find some prime numbers such that when we multiply, we get the original number. So 6 can be written as 3 into 2 or 2 into 3. So the prime factorization of 6 is 3 into 2 or 2 into 3. Now, how to do prime factorization? There are two methods. The one method is a ladder method, or we call it as a division method, or another one is a tree method for what we call as factor trees. Let's say it, the ladder method. Here, let us find the prime factorization of 24. So first what we do, we find a prime number that divides the given number exactly. So we'll find a number such that it will divide 24 exactly. So let's find out. So 24 is an even number, so it will surely divisible by 2. So we can see here, so let's divide 24 by 2. So when we divide 24 by 2, we get 12. Next, we will repeat the same process with the quotient obtained. So the quotient obtained is 12. So we'll repeat the same process again. We'll find another prime number such that when we divide that 12, we'll get the remainder as 0. So how can we divide? So 12 is also even number. So it is also divisible by 2. So 12 by 2, we get 6. So we'll keep on continuing this. So 6 is divisible by 2. So 6 divided by 2, we get 3. Now what we'll say, as we have seen that, repeat the same process with the quotient obtained until you get a prime number. So now we have got 3. Now 3 is a prime number, so we'll stop it here. So 24 can be written as the product of its prime factors. You can see 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. So the prime factorization of 24 is 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. All the prime factors. Let's take some more examples. Let's prime factorize 30 now. 30 can be divisible by 2, can be divisible by 3. We can take any prime number. So let's take it with 2. So 30 divided by 2, we get 15. 15 can be divided by 3, we'll get 5. Now 5 is a prime number, so we are stopping it here. So the prime factorization of 30 is 2 into 3 into 5. Now let's see for 72. Now 72 is an even number, so we can start with 2. So 72 divided by 2, we get 36. 36 can be again divided by 2, we'll get 18. When 18 is divided by 2, we get 9. And 9 can be divided by 3. So we see here that whenever you are dividing 72 by 2 or 30, we can use any method like cancellation we can use, or long division method we can use. Our aim is to get the quotient. So if we get the quotient by any method of division, we can use it. So just we have to continue the process until we get a prime number. Once we get a prime number, we will stop it there. So 72 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 3. We can check our answers again. So 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 3s are 24, and 24 3s are 72. That means when we multiply the prime factors again, we'll get 72. Let's see the tree method now. So tree, as we talk of a tree, we have branches on that. So we will follow the same thing here. Let's prime factorize now 24. Let's say 24 in tree method. What we do, first we will just factorize 24. Any two numbers will take such that when we multiply, we'll get 24. Let it be 4 and 6. Now 4 6 are 24. We can take 3 and 8 also, 12 and 2 also. So just we have to first, our aim is to get 24 by the multiplication of any two numbers. It need not be prime, it can be anything. Now what we will do, 4 and 6 again we will split it. Now 4 can be written as 2 times 2 and 6 can be written as 2 times 3. Now why I have rounded them? It has been rounded because these are all prime factors. So hence we get this. So 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. So 24 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. So this is the tree method. As we are keeping on branches there and we are keep on splitting it. Now let's see the same prime factorization of 72. Now 72 can be written as 9 into 8. As I've told, there need not be a prime number. We can take any number at the beginning stage. So 9 8s are 72. Now what we will do, 9 will split. So 9 can be splitted as 3 times 3 and 8 can be splitted as 2 times 4. Now 3, 3 and 2 are the prime factors, but still we have 4. So that 4 also again will split into 2 times 2. So we have 72 is equals to 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 3. So here we see that whenever we are splitting, we have to see that until we get a prime number, we have to keep on splitting the numbers. So if you get a composite number, you have to write it as a product of prime numbers until we get a prime number. So more about factorization now. Now let's factorize some numbers without doing long division method. See, every time doing the long division, it is time taking. So once we are very much acquainted with division, so we can use these methods. Suppose 72 I want to divide by 2. Now I will not do any long division method. Let's see how we can do there, then and there itself. Now we have in a tens place we have 7. So let's start with the 7 divided by 2. So less than 7 in 2 table we have 6. So 2 3s are 6. So we'll just write it at the down. So 7 minus 6 we get 1. 1 will write beside 2. So now together the number becomes 1 to 12. Now 12 is multiple of 2. So 2 6 are 12. So here in this process what we do, we are not using any long division method. We are doing the division then and there itself. Now same thing 36, let's start with 2. Now we have 3. So 2 1s are 2. So 3 minus 2, the remainder is 1. So 1 we take it to the next number. So that becomes now 16. Now that is 2 8s are 16. Same thing. Now this is easier one. So it's a direct multiple of 2. So 2 9s are 18. 3 3s are 9. So this is the way we can factorize without doing any long division method. Let's take a bigger number. 354. That is 354. As it is an even number, I have taken 2. So 2 1s are 2. The remainder is 1. Now together we have 15. We can see that 1 5 15. So 2 7s are 14. So 15 minus 14 we get 1. Now we have 1, 4, 14. So again 2 7s are 14. Now 177. Let's see by which number it is divisible. It is divisible by 3. Here we have to remember the divisibility rules. So whenever I divide a number by 3, it shows that the sum of the digits must be divisible by 3. So 1 plus 7 plus 7, we get 15. So 15 is divisible by 3. So 177 is also divisible by 3. So here we have 1, so we cannot take. So we will consider 17. So 3 5s are 15. 17 minus 15, we get 2. 3 9s are 27. Now 59 is a prime number, so we will stop it here. So we can see we can use the division then and there in that ladder method. We did not do it separately anywhere. So let's see another question. 216. Now why 216 is a special number? Because this is the question where most of us make mistakes. So whenever we see this number, what we do? 2 1s are 2, 2 8s are 16. But this is the wrong way. Why? Because see, once we factorize a number, we can again multiply the factors and get the same number. Here, when we multiply the factors, I get 2 into 18 is 36, but our number is 216. So how to do these types of problems? So let's take 216. First, we have 2 1s are 2. The remainder is 0. So 2 zeros are 0. So 1 minus 0, I will get 1. So 2 8s are 16. So why it is done like that? We can go back again. See here, 2 1s are 2. The remainder is 0. So there is nothing to be done. So 2 minus 2, it cancels. So we don't have any remainder. So we'll move on to 1. See, we cannot move two numbers at a time in the long division method also. So what we do, we go to place wise. So in hundreds place is over, next we'll go to tens place. In tens place we have 1. So 1 is not divisible by 2 because it is less than 2. So we will keep 0. So 2 zeros are 0. Now 1 minus 0 is 1. Now we have 2 8s are 16. Next, 108 is divisible by 2. Here we can take two numbers at a time because we are at the starting age. And after the first place, we cannot take it two numbers, two digits actually. So here we will take 2 5s are 10. There is no remainder, so we can consider 2 4s are 8. So continuing the same way, 3 1s are 3. Remainder is 2. 3 8s are 24. Again 18 is divisible by 2. 2 9s are 18. 3 3s are 9. So we have the factorization of 216 as 2 into 2 into 3, 2 into 3 into 3. So when we multiply them, we have to get 216 again. So 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12, 12 2s are 24, 24 3s are 72, again 72 3s are 216. Now let's see the fundamental theory of arithmetic. Now it is like a guarantee that any number greater than 1, if you take any number which is greater than 1, it should be either prime or can be made by multiplying the prime numbers. Either it should be prime or it should be a product of prime numbers. And there is only one way to do that in each case. Let's see what is this. Let's take prime numbers and composite numbers. We see we will take all the numbers from 1 to 20. So the prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19. These are all the prime numbers. Now let's see the composite numbers. So here in the composite numbers we can see 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 18, 20. Here we can see that every composite number can be written as a product of the prime numbers. And there is only one way to do it. That one also we'll see. Now you see here any example you can take like the number 8. So 8 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2. Or else 15 can be written as 3 into 5. 18 can be written as 2 into 3 into 3. That means every composite number can be written as a product of the prime numbers. So more than one, if you take any number, it can be either a prime number or it can be a product of the prime numbers. It's a guarantee. That's the fundamental theory. So let's see 30. So 30 can be divisible by 2. So 2 15s are 30. Again 5 3s are 15. So 15, so 30 can be written as 2 into 5 into 3. Let's do 30 with 3 now. So 3 10s are 30 and 2 5s are 10. So the factorization becomes 3 into 2 into 5. Now 30 can be also divisible by 5. So 5 6 are 30 and 3 2s are 6. So now 30 is written as 5 into 3 into 2. But here you have to note that 30, whenever you are factorizing 30, what are the factors you are getting every time? We are getting only 2, 3 and 5. They are just arranged in different ways, but the only factors we have are 2, 3 and 5. So that is the thing, that it is a unique set. We will not get any set other than this one. We cannot use also. So 30, whenever you are factoring 30 in any ways, we will get always 1, 2, 1, 3 and 1, 5. So this is the fundamental theory of arithmetic. Now what you have to focus on whenever you are doing prime factorization, the most important thing is multiplication tables you have to focus on. Next is the division process, the basic division, that's a long division. Next, divisibility rules, that's the most important thing here, because whenever you are doing a factorization with using direct method without going to long division, we have to know which numbers are divisible by 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, like that. So we have to see that. Next, the concept of factors and the concept of prime numbers. So you have to know what is a factor and what are the prime numbers we use. So we will get all the links here in the description box regarding prime numbers, factors and divisibility rules. Thank you and keep exploring.